X is absolutely not the film I was expecting, and in this case, that's a very good thing. Writer-director Ty West has a habit of subverting expectations with his horrors, creating films which at first glance look like takes on various subgenres, in this case the slasher, and then throwing in curveballs, not so much on plot, but more on tone, delivery and style, and X is both the best example of this and West's best film so far. The film's trailer in the opening act paint it as a riff on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and in many ways it is, but in several aspects, West refuses to go down conventional routes. For example, X is surprisingly slow for a slasher film. There isn't any blood at all for at least the first 30 minutes, and though the cast of characters, a group of adult filmmakers, are relatively stereotypical, West does give them depth, and I was completely engaged in this slow build of creeping dread. On the subject of dread, X impressively cranks it up in small increments, mostly due to the antagonists, who are undoubtedly one of the film's highlights. Mia Goth and new Scream Queen Jenna Ortega are excellent, but the whole cast of X do a great job, especially given they're all, at first glance at least, typical slasher fodder. West gives them all more character than you might expect, so that the stakes are raised once that blood starts flying. These aren't just helpless idiots who aimlessly run around screaming whilst making ridiculous decisions, though there's certainly some of that, especially in regards to choices of clothing. What I found most surprising and interesting about X is that it does have something to say and actually makes you care more than your average horror and certainly your average slasher. Thematically, X makes quite an impact. I won't go into details, but suffice to say, this isn't just crazy people cutting up stupid people. The gore is pretty good, especially the film's first kill, which is as gloriously violent as it is disturbing, but there are also a few kills which are telegraphed and surprisingly and disappointingly tame. West also has a tendency to let scenes play on longer than they need to, which can create some patchy pacing, and for all its subversions, very cool back and forth cutting transitions and experiments in tone. Plot-wise, this is actually still a pretty straight slasher. My score for X is 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching.
Game over, man. It's game over.